I've got so many things in my heart that I want to talk to you about, but startup creative, in my mind, I was like, this babe has to be into Seth Godin. Please tell me you're a fan of Seth Godin.
Love Seth Godin. Yeah, he's been there from the beginning in reading his books about marketing and things, and it's been really nice to watch him grow and expand as well, and how he, and there's a few other people around them, but yeah, it's like watching them also, which is probably similar to the startup creative journey of starting out with like business, entrepreneurship, like carve out your niche, to being like, how do you make things that are like people want and are of value and of service, and not just making more noise and junk in the world. And
Mm,
your whole philosophy is speaking from the heart. And I think when you create businesses from that place, and you, whether it's a business or a passion or a side hustle, they can't not do well because they're
yeah.
human centered. And that's what I love about his work. But yeah, big
Yeah,
fan.
I love that so much, and I am just obsessed with him. I think my sister Jen, shout out to you, Jen. We've kind of been side by side creating our businesses over the years, and I hands down think I wouldn't even be doing anything I'm doing if
Mm,
I had not found Seth Godin and read his books and listened to. I think it's the Startup School or Leap
yeah.
First, one of those two things on repeat, and
Yeah.
I just get so much permission from him to create work that matters and from your heart, and things that you feel driven to create, but also full permission to be imperfect and just get started
Mm,
and ship the work and get it out to the world. And the only way we can ever get better or up level or grow or refine or build our community, right,
mm.
is by showing up and putting stuff out into the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like one of our things that, I mean, things that I repeat often as startup creative is just start. And you just
Mm,
learn so much from putting something out there and learning. And I think what I love about his work too is very like audience, like your customer focused.
mm,
He kind of strips back the ego of, look at me, I want to make a six-figure business and scale and, meet Oprah Winfrey and like all those things, great goals. But also that's not why we do it.
mm,
Starting
mm.
with the, how is it of value and of importance to somebody else, and having a human connection. And yeah, that it makes a lot people's lives better,
Yeah,
is so much more rewarding
yeah.
as a business owner. But you build these connections, which is why we're here, right?
Exactly. And
Mm,
I think the other thing to add to what you're saying, it makes it more sustainable. And I think you have a better power and energy behind you
mm,
to kind of create and keep creating if you're
yeah.
doing things that are deeply aligned with like your heart or your values. And as you're creating value in the world, the way I kind of look at it is when we create in alignment with our heart and our
Mm,
values, we can't help but then resonate with people who have similar values. And then
mm,
we just get to like connect and do
yeah.
business and creation with people who have similar values. And that it might in some ways be like a longer path to where you're
Mm.
going, but a way more juicy, sustainable, fun, aligned. This feels good now. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, for
Mm,
sure. And I love, sustainable as a business owner to keep showing up when it gets hard. But
mhm,
it also means that your business is going to be sustainable as well, because it's, yeah, got a purpose to it.
mhm,
Yeah, I love
mhm,
that. I think it's, perfect example. I feel, thank you for the beautiful compliment of grounded. And, I think that's something that how my friends and family would describe me. And, often people will come for business coaching and say, you just seem authentic about what you're
mm,
doing. And, I shy away from, the sales funnels and things like that, and just show up and go, here's how I can help. And so
mm.
when people that I'm meeting for the first time say, this is what I'm getting from you online, it really, like, it's a huge compliment for me, and I feel really humbled to hear that, because it's also a nice reminder, like when you just keep showing up as yourself, then you resonate and you find the people who are like-minded, and it makes doing business easy because someone will see who you are and go, that's my kind of person, I want to work with them, and you don't have to convince them of anything.